Okay, so we're looking at a trinomial where our leading coefficient is a number other than 1. So here's our a value, our b value, and our c value. So we took a times c to get our top number. Our b value goes in the bottom. So remember, we need two numbers that multiply to give us negative 12 and add to give us 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a way to get all your factors of negative 12. Now, that should be pretty easy for you, but sometimes we have some really big numbers. So on your calculator, if you go to y equals, and you plug in that number on the top, and you want to get all the factors, you would divide by x, and then go to your table. And so there you go. So 1 and negative 12, 2 and negative 6, 3 and negative 4. And then if you go up, you can get where your x's are negative as well. So that'll give you all the factors. So this one is going to be, we want a positive 4, so the bigger number is going to be positive. And so these multiply to give us negative 12, and they add to give us 4. Now here's where it's a little bit different. This time our a value is 4. So notice the 4 goes on top. And what we need to do here is we need to reduce these. So 4 6 reduces to 2/3. And 4 over negative 2 is going to reduce to 2 over negative 1. So something very important. Make sure you keep it in fraction format. Okay? Even though when you do divide this, you can come out with a negative 2 here. We don't want to do that. We want to keep it in fraction form. And secondly, if the negative is on the bottom, you want to keep it down there. Okay? So now notice we have two letters. We have y and an x. So the y goes with the top number, so 2y. And then the x on the back is going to go with the bottom number in this case. So that's going to be our first factor. So on the second one, the top is going to go with our first letter, and then the bottom is going to go with the last letter. Okay? So if you FOILed this, you would end up with this above right here. Or if you use the box method to check your answer, 2y plus 3x, 2y minus x. You can use this box to check to see if you have the right answer. So multiplying, 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 multiplying. So notice we have our first term matches, our last term matches, and then we would combine these two like terms. 6xy minus 2xy gives us 4xy. Let's take a look at number 6. Here's one where the a value is 1. Okay? If you have this down, you can stop this video right now and be done for the night. If you need another example, please continue on with the video. So, a times c, so that would be 1 times 1, and then their b value goes below. So two numbers that multiply to give you 1 and add to give you 2. 1 and 1. In this case, 1 goes on top over 1. A value on top over 1. Now I wrote it a little bit differently. You could just put the 1 over the 1 like we did before. So we're going to have 1. The top number goes with the first letter. So 1u plus, because the bottom number is positive, plus 1v. 1u plus 1v. And then you can use your box method over here to see if you got it right. So multiplying the u's, multiplying u times v. Again, v times u, put it in alphabetical order, and then v times v. So notice we have our first term, our last term, and then combining these two, we have 1uv plus 1uv is 2uv, which matches the middle. So it checks out. Now, if you think you got it now, you can stop the video and be done for the night. If you'd like to see another example, here we go. Notice we have it in standard form. We have, this time, you know what, let's just make this one a regular one because they're not all going to have a square on the end. If you hung with me this long, let's change this problem so it looks like that. So a times c, so 5 times negative 2, a times c, and then our b value goes on the bottom. So negative 10, so I'm going to go with negative 5 times 2. That multiplies to give us negative 10. That adds to give us negative 3. So a value goes on top, which is 5. Then we want to reduce. Now notice 5 goes into each of these evenly. So 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into negative 5, negative 1 times. And then this one doesn't reduce at all. So now we're ready. Top number goes with the k, so 1k. And remember, we got rid of the letter at the back, so this is just going to be 1k minus 1. And then this one's going to be 5k plus 2. See, if there's no letter at the back, then the number just gets put by itself. All right, checking our answer. K minus 1 times 5k plus 2. And you can put those in either spot, doesn't matter. So multiplying, we get 5k squared when we multiply that. 2k, negative 5k, and negative 2. So our first term matches, our last term matches. And then combining our like terms in the middle, we get negative 3k, which matches. And yes, we got rid of that other letter, so that wouldn't be there either. Thanks for hanging with me. Good job. If you hung with me, tomorrow in class, let me know that I drew a smiley face at the end, so I know you hung with me the whole way. See you in class tomorrow.